Hi guys, it's me Mohammad Moin. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will be discussing regarding the k nearest neighbors algorithm, which is also known as KNN. So let us first look at the table of contents. In the first part, I will be discussing what is basically KNN algorithm is. In the second part, I will be discussing how do we choose the factor k in k nearest neighbors algorithm. In the third part, I will be discussing how does basically KNN algorithm works. In the fourth part, I will be discussing regarding the Euclidean distance and how does it relates with the KNN algorithm. And in the fifth part, I will be calculating the Euclidean distance for the given example we are going to see in this tutorial. So now let us see what is basically KNN algorithm is. KNN algorithm is one of the simplest supervised machine learning algorithm which is mostly used. Why it is supervised machine learning algorithm? Because it uses the labeled examples in the training set to learn and to predict the labels for the new unseen data. What does KNN algorithm does? It classifies the new data points based on how its neighbors are classified. So KNN algorithm store all the available cases and classifies new cases based on the similarity measures. So for example, I have trained my KNN algorithm on the dataset of cats and dogs. If a new, previously unseen data appears, it must predict whether it's a cat or a dog from the unseen data based on the labeled examples in the training set it has. So now let us discuss further. How do we choose the factor k in the k nearest neighbor? So KNN algorithm is based on feature similarity. Choosing the right value of k is a process called parameter tuning and it is important for better accuracy. So you need to choose the correct value of k. So you will choose that value of k where we have the minimum error. If I choose the value of k very low, it will result in a very noisy output, and if I choose the value of k very big, it will result in a processing issue. So we need to choose the value of k which gives us the minimum error. So when we will be looking at the implementation of KNN algorithm from scratch and using scikit library, I will show you from the plot that here we can see that the value of k has, we choose this value of k because it has the minimum error over here. So I will show you as we go towards the implementation of KNN algorithm using Python. So don't need to worry about it. How do we choose the value of k? I will be discussing in detail over here when we see in the upcoming tutorial regarding the implementation of KNN algorithm using Python. So how does basically KNN algorithm works? We will see over here. Here you can see we have a data set of some students and they have marks in chemistry and physics have been given, and based on their marks the status is defined either they have passed or they have failed. So a student around 6 different student data is given and their respective status have been shown. So if I have a data set of a new students as seen here, so based on this data set which I have for the training purpose, this all data set, it must decide whether the student Z, which this Z student is must decide whether the Z student will pass or fail the course, or you can say that whether that student has passed or failed. So based on this training data set we have. So KNN algorithm basically make use of distance equation to find the distance between the new data, this is basically the new data, and the reference data, each reference data. So I will calculate basically the distance of this data with respect to each of this reference data. Like I will first calculate for with 16 and 17 distance, and then I will calculate with 10 11, then I will calculate with 12 12, then I will calculate 14 13 and 9 10, and then 15 and 18. So using equidistance, we will calculate the distance of the new data with respect to each reference data. So this is basically Euclidean distance equation we have. Uh, we can use other distance equation as well, which are basically Manhattan distance and Minkowski distance as well. So here I have calculated the Euclidean distance of the new data with respect to each of the reference data we have. So I have this here x1 we will take the new data, which is z, and here we take the reference data, which is basically a training data we have. Here we will take the chemistry score, and here I will take the physics score. So if I have the math score as well, I will just add the plus one, and I will can do is t minus d2 as well. So here, as I have only two input parameters, so I am taking as x and y. X are basically chemistry score and y are basically the physics score. So here I have calculated the Euclidean distance of the new data with respect to each of the reference data we have. So if I choose k is equal to 3 over here, so now let us see the the distance. Let us first see if I have two data points over here. These are my, this is my first data point, and this is my second data point. I have a new point z, which is here. This is my z. So as k is equal to 3, I need to find the k nearest points, which are basically these. With respect to this new point, I need to find the three nearest points. So this is my first, and these are the second, and these three are my nearest points. So we need to choose those points which has the minimum distance. So if I see over here, this has the first minimum distance, this has the second minimum distance, and this has the third minimum distance. Okay, so just remember one thing, we have this d2, d3 and d4 are my nearest neighbors points. So from let's see the table and see that what are the statuses of these distance, student 2, student 3 and student 4. So student 2 has failed the course, student 3 have passed the course, and student 4 have passed the course. So two students have passed the course and one student have failed the course. So we have the status pass, pass and fail. So out of 3, 2 students have passed the course and 1 student have failed the course. So majority have passed the course. So this means as 2 out of 3 have passed the course, so this student will pass the course. So using the training data we have predicted the new data point possible outcome, which is basically the student will pass the course. So that's all in the introduction to KNN algorithm is. Now we will be looking at the implementation of KNN algorithm from scratch and using a scikit library in the next tutorial. So I hope you have learned you have learned a lot using this video tutorial, and see you all in the next tutorial. Have a good day. Goodbye.